little 1 second, 2-second decisions that take us on this journey. And a lot of what we believe occurred absolutely did not occur. Yep. So good find on your part. That's a big piece.
Yeah, it is, and that's the thing. I mean, people can do that. All they have to do is be willing to let it come up,
but see,
and then get the new perspective.
Yeah, but most people don't know what to do when it comes up. You see, this is what is so exciting about in some of these tools that I get to teach. I just love how effective all this work is. What happens is we are, therapy, as we understand therapy, really started in the 70s. It wasn't Freud and James and Adler and all those guys. They did a great piece of it early on. But as we understand therapy, modern psychology, neurolinguistic programming, transcendental work, all of these aspects of psychology really started in the 70s. And one of the things that we were told to do is feel the feeling. Now, everything I teach about is feel the feeling, but not the one that you don't like. You see, you can heal yourself very effectively through the spiritual body, not necessarily through the emotional body. Each one of these bodies do different things: physical, emotional, mental, spiritual. But when you start to heal yourself from the spiritual perspective, it's as if you said cancer, the physical body has a set of reactions. So does the emotional. But when you say cancer on a spiritual level, it's almost like finding dandruff on your shirt and going, okay, wipe that off. Now what should we talk about? Yep. There is no reason to go through the emotional experience in the emotional body. You can perceive it from the spiritual body, not complicated at all, and you can reframe it. And let me just finish that with one piece. Your past is made up of two things. It's made up of a piece of information. My father said, she's not mine anyway. And it's made up of an emotion that is experienced in that past, present time moment. And then what we do is I say to you, how are you? And you say, oh, I'm great. And I say, well, how'd you get along? How was your relationship with your father? The minute I say that, your energy drops, a person, their energy changes, and they go right into a thought. Well, he said he didn't even want me. But what we do is the thought is a piece of information, but the emotion is a choice.
Right.
See, if you say right in your spiritual mind, spiritual space, not hard to, well, I didn't get along with my dad, good. He said he never wanted me. And in that place, that's a piece of information. But when you attach the emotion to the information, you drop down into the moment of the past. How many people have you seen that said, I'm never going to be successful, they didn't like me in 4th grade? You're not even in 4th grade. Why are you carrying that around? Well, because that's who I am. Change the emotion, change the attention point, and you will change your past. More importantly than the past, you will change your choice of how to experience this moment.
Yep, definitely. Well, my relationship with my father was beautiful, which made that buried even more because it was contrary to what I had experienced from that point forward.
Right, so you had an internal conflicting dialogue. But
you
cleared it. When you cleared it, all kinds of new things got to fall into place.
Oh, yeah. Okay, we have a call here from area code 704. 704, are you there?
Yes,
Hello?
I am. How are you tonight?
I am fine. With whom are we speaking, please?
My name is Don.
Okay, Don?
Hi, Don.
Meet Jim.
Hi, Don.
Hey, Jim. I have a couple questions for you real quick.
Sure.
Can you comment again on this 4th dimension of the dreamlike state, the astral state, you said where the low-level dark thoughts are? I'm trying to experience higher things in my dreamlike state, and wanted to know if it's possible when we dream or do astral projection to get beyond that 4th dimension where you said our darker thoughts have it taken?
There's two pieces to that. The one piece is if when you talk to people and you ask them about their dream space, and then you say, at what point of your sleep do you remember your dreams? Most people will tell you, when I got up in the middle of the night to go pee, I had this dream going on, because you were in it, but you brought yourself back into the physical enough to stagger to the bathroom and come back.
Right.
One place you remember dreams. The other place is when you're waking up. You don't really pay attention to your dreams when you're leaving the body, but you do remember where you were when you wake up. So let me see if I can make sense out of this, because this is very valuable information for many people. You have a number of bodies, an emotional, a mental, a spiritual, a physical body. When you lay the physical body down, you give it a message that says, go to sleep. You begin to trigger an experience, go to sleep, well-worn highway of how you go out of the body every night. The emotional body and the astral body are the same body. How the emotional and the astral body relate to one another is they are connected at what is called the acupuncture meridian points. It's the docking points. And so when you start to drift off, the spirit, leave with the mental body and the emotional body. And the emotional body starts to just release at all of the acupuncture points, the astral body, and the physical body drops into a state of deep rest, and the astral body leaves with you, the spiritual body, in it. Right. The interesting thing about the astral, it is no more than about 8 inches off the body. Mm-hmm. When you leave, you don't go way out of the body. And what happens is, the reason you don't remember dreams when you leave is because you're going away from your memory structure in the physical body, or actually more appropriately, in the aura of the physical body. And so when you leave, you begin to leave and leave yourself. Think about it when you're sleeping at night. You're laying there and you're not asleep. You're still thinking and you're kind of playing in your day. And a door slams. And you all of a sudden jolt back into the body. You know that experience?
Yes.
What was that? Because I wasn't asleep. I was just kind of getting ready to go to sleep. Actually, you were asleep, but you were in the first layers away from the body. You were still close enough in the auric field that you were still in the body enough that you had access to a physical experience going on. And you, as the being, responded to the slamming door, the noise. During the night, all kinds of things. You sleep with a partner, they turn over, they hit you with their elbow. It doesn't matter too much. You get pulled back in somewhat, but you are sleeping in that astral space that's in pretty much about 8, 12 inches max in the body. When you go to sleep at night, you pass through the lower level of the astral plane. The astral plane is the 4th dimension. Now, I got to distinguish here because it's not complicated, but it's more complicated than this moment.
Okay.
Let's call it 2 layers in the astral plane. One is, we'll call it this is the wrong words, but we'll call it a positive and a negative sense. Where you hold thoughts of guilt, rape, incest, murder, domination, slavery, the ugliest of the ugly thoughts. They're the heaviest thoughts. They would lay in what would be called, let me divide the 4th dimension astral, I'm making this up, into 7 layers. The heaviest thoughts lie in layer 4-1. In the 4th dimension, it's made up of all of the thoughts, many of the thoughts that you have that have never turned into 3rd dimensional experiences. So you may have thought ugly thoughts. I'm on an extreme here. I'm out on the edge. Your ugly thoughts, not your normal thoughts, but your ugly thoughts, you thought about stealing. You thought about something. You hated somebody. You were reacting to somebody. You were enraged and you had thoughts. Thoughts just don't go poof into the air. They have density. And so those ugly thoughts lay at the lowest level in the astral space that have not been manifest in a physical space.